here's a definition of what a sequence is. A sequence is an order or a list of set of numbers. The idea of ordering is important. You can have a finite or an infinitely many items in a sequence or a series. Here's a few examples. You don't need to write these down of sequences. Example 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This has 4 terms in it. The third term is 2. Second sequence, 2, 0, 1, 3, 4. It has a different sequence with 4 terms. The order is important, but there's no pattern to it. The third example is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. This is what we call an example in an arithmetic sequence, which we will talk about later. It has a pattern of odd digits. The fourth example, 1, 5, 9, 3, ... 33, 37. Those ... dots represent missing terms. Example 5, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, ... to 100. This is an example of a pattern that is squaring. So 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, etc. So part of your assignment will to try to figure out what is the pattern and how do you find that 7th term. So it'll be a little bit of like a puzzle. This last example has an alternating sequence. So it starts with a positive number and then a negative number and then a positive number and then a negative number and then a positive and a negative. It has an alternating sequence with 6 terms. Here's an example of writing 5 terms in a sequence, assuming that n begins with 1. So this is a formula, and the formula is a sub n equals 5n minus 3. We want to find out what the 5 terms are. So we're going to start with the number 1, n equals 1. And we're going to substitute the n's in for n. So a sub 1 equals 5 times 1 minus 3. Well, 5 times 1 is 5, minus 3 is 2. And we would continue with n equaling 2, a sub 2, 5 times 2 minus 3 is 10 minus 3 is 7. And then a sub 3, 5 times 3 minus 3, that's 15, minus 3 is 12. 2 more left. 5 times 4 minus 3 is 20 minus 3, 17. And then a sub 5. 5 times 5 minus 3, 25 minus 3, which is 22. And then we could write that sequence like this, 2, 7, 12, 17, 22. And there is our sequence that they give us.